Good morning.
Good morning.
From the Tri-Cities, welcome to the Divine Fellowship.
Home version.
Pastor Janice, Pastor Phil. But we really answer to everything and nothing.
And Lila behind us.
And Lila behind us. Is she? Yeah, I can kind of see her head maybe.
Maybe.
And Delilah, sweet Delilah.
The little kitty.
And Samson's around here somewhere, our kitty cat. So, ooh, Samson and Delilah. Imagine that.
Imagine
So,
that.
hope everyone had a wonderful week. Hope everyone's going to have a wonderful upcoming week.
Amen to that.
Looks like the weather still might be, hi Tracy, the weather might still be good for the next few days, and then
windy.
And windy. Gosh, yeah, we've had some wind this season. Can't believe all the wind, but anywho,
You know, like.
it's the Tri-Cities. What can I say? Hi Dawn. Anything else that we should? Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Where is? Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Okay. Does everybody recognize something like this?
If you live in America,
Yeah, if you live in America,
you have received probably one of those.
and you have, and you know, this is one of the things that make America different than a lot of other places. We do have a right to vote.
The sacred right.
I mean, it's a duty. It is a duty that I think every American citizen should partake in. And if you do, then, in my humble opinion, you have the right to complain about the government, about people that are in the government. If you have not done something like this, you haven't done anything to do anything.
Today's Ed's 76th birthday.
Oh, hey, Ed.
Happy birthday.
So, please vote.
Vote.
Vote
Again,
once. I was going to say vote often, but no, vote once.
Vote once. We don't care what you vote.
Absolutely
We
not.
care that you vote. So
Yep.
please exercise your sacred right to do that.
And if you don't want to mail it in, there are 10 places in the Tri-Cities area to drop your ballots off at. 10 different locations in all the cities. So, take advantage, do something, but please do vote. Do vote. And look up stuff. Don't just vote for, I don't know what the heck this is. I'll just vote. No, please.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing.
There's big stuff.
Yeah, big stuff. So, okay.
Your
With
voice
that-
is important.
With that, your voice is important. With that,
Morning.
T-shirts.
Happy second morning of retirement, Terry. Terry Schmick
Oh,
says.
thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. There it is. I want the job where I push scared skydivers out of the plane.
Ah!
That
That would be quite the job, wouldn't
would
it?
be a job. That would be a job. Like most
I know,
websites.
karma might not be good on that one.
Yeah, well.
Of course, you're paying to have somebody do that.
Yeah, that, and I mean, unless they don't have a parachute, and then you don't want to do that.
No.
Then
But
karma.
if they're paying for it.
Yeah. Like most websites, I use cookies to improve my performance. Don't drink coffee when I'm doing this.
No, you notice I put it down.
I do. Almost spewed.
Yeah, I
I'm
did, I
very
almost
proud to
spewed.
announce I'm expecting a food baby. I was going to skip that one, and I
Apparently you didn't.
didn't. Yeah. I think I have one more here. And my nickname is Mom, but my full name is Mom.
Why can't they just say it once?
I know.
No, it's just
I don't-
got to be
yeah.
Mom,
Yeah.
Mama.
Trust me,
Mother,
when I was a
Mom?
kid, no, you said it once. Yeah, just once. Just once. Okay. Cool sayings. What?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Wealth is not his who has it, but his who enjoys it. Benjamin Franklin.
He would know.
He would. It is not enough to love those who are near and dear to us. We must show them that we do so.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Prove it, buddy.
Things that make you go, Good idea, maybe. The affection. Oh, wait a minute. Where am I?
I don't know. Right here.
I did that one. Where am I? I think I'm okay. Do well, and you will have no need of ancestors.
Huh?
Oh. Do well, and you will have no need for ancestors. I don't know.
So, I guess ancestors help you.
Sure. Voltaire.
Sure.
Well, that's why. 1694.
Okay.
A short saying oft contains much wisdom. Sophocles, 495 BC. That sign of old age, extolling the past at the expense of the present.
Don't ever get that old.
I know. The most important thing that parents can teach their children is how to
Did
get
he bring
along
in
without them.
something?
Oh, no.
No, he didn't. That was a toy.
I don't even want to look because there's nothing we could do about it right now. Thanks, Jan.
No, he didn't. It was the dog's toy that he was.
Okay. The young have aspirations that never come to pass. The old have reminiscences of what never happened. So make sure you have lots of things to remember when you get old. And if you're not sure about doing it, do it anyway. In 10 minutes, a hurricane can release more energy than all the world's nuclear weapons detonated at once.
How many hurricanes are?
We've lots of hurricanes this year. Tons of hurricanes. We do have a couple of patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon.
Yay, George and John.
Yeah. And John said, dun da 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 dun, all you need is love. And George, I never joined the Boy Scouts. I don't trust any organization that has a handbook.
Good thing we don't have a handbook.
I know. We do have sayings, though. We have things that are unique to our church.
Yes, we do. They just haven't been written down.
Yeah. Well, some of them have. Some of them have. The year was 1908, 100 and some odd years ago. Because actually, I printed this out in 2008. Still have it around. Can you believe that? Back
still
then,
has me around.
Well, that's true. That's true. Back then, marijuana, heroin, and morphine were all available over the counter at the local drugstore.
Wow.
Back then, pharmacists said heroin clears the complexion, gives buoyancy to the mind, regulates the stomach and bowels, and is in fact a perfect guardian of health. 18% of households had at least one full-time servant or domestic help. 18%, that's a lot of people. There were 23 reported murders in the entire USA. Now, if I forwarded this from someone else without typing it myself and sent it to you and others all over Canada and USA and everywhere else, possibly the world, in a matter of seconds, try to imagine what it would be like in another 100 years. It's kind of staggering.
Wow.
Kind of staggering, really. Amazing. Okay.
We've come so far, and
Yep. Show me a piano falling down a mine shaft, and I'll show you an A-flat minor. When a clock is hungry, it goes back 4 seconds. The guy who fell into an upholstery machine got fully recovered. You know, I can see you even though I'm looking there. So, a grenade fell onto the kitchen floor in France, resulting in linoleum blown apart. Okay. An old nun who was living... I could have sworn I did this one, but I'll do it again because somebody sent it to me. Thank you. An old nun who was living in a convent next to a construction site noticed the coarse language of the workers and decided to spend some time with them to correct their ways. She decided she would take her lunch and sit with them. So she put her sandwich in a brown bag, paper bag, walked over to the spot where the men were eating, sporting a big smile, walked up to the group and says, "Any of you men know Jesus Christ?" They shook their heads, looked at each other, very confused. Then one of the workers looked up into the steelworks and yelled out, "Anybody up there know Jesus Christ?" One of the steelworkers yelled back down, "Why?" The worker yelled back, "Because his mom's here with his lunch." Aha.
They
I
not
like it.
know Jesus Christ.
They may not. They may not, yes. And it was about as sacrilegious as you can get, which is
Better to be sacrilegious than sanctimonious.
Sanctimonious. That's exactly
That's
right.
our.
That's exactly right.
That could be written down. That's one of our Divine Fellowship phrases.
Yeah. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
I saw Kelly the other day. She looks outstanding. I was like,
Oh, I'm so
Look
happy to
good.
see you.
I was so happy to see her. So,
Yeah, we miss people. We miss you guys.
we do. We do.
You see our faces, but we don't get to see yours.
I
So
know.
we miss you.
And-
we miss
And the
looking
people
at
in the
you.
grocery store, whoever sees us and says hi, we thank them. Because sometimes they say hi, and we both go,
Who is
"Who
that
is
under?
that? Not
Yeah,
sure."
I don't know.
But people recognize this. You know, how can they recognize this one? But they do. They do. Okay, enough of me.
You are
You're on.
unique, Phil.
So they say. Oh, I forgot. Oh no, you did bring the phone. Cool.
Yes,
Right.
I did it.
Okay. Okay.
Between the two of us, we got this.
Yep.
So Mr. Phil, before you go,
Yeah.
the lights are kind of goofy. How did that happen?
I don't know. Turn them off.
Yeah, it's a little too weird, glary. Okay. Somehow it got it readjusted here. I don't know.
It got readjusted when you
Oh,
grabbed the
probably.
Kleenex. And
Probably. I readjust things accidentally. So let's readjust you. Let's readjust me. Let's readjust our lives, shall we? Speaking of that. Lots to share with you this morning. It's a good thing Phil prays for me. A couple of days ago, I had an inkling of what I wanted to talk about today. And I was like, no, God, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And so Phil prayed for me to have courage. I thought, oh, crap. So I guess we're mustering the courage today. Because what I want to talk to you about isn't easy. And it's not easy for me. And I had a conversation. And, well, if you wake up in the middle of the night, chances are God wants to talk to you. So instead of bemoaning and begrudging that you're missing sleep, you might want to just ask. You know, there's a story of Samuel in the Old Testament. And he heard God call his name, and he didn't know what that was. So he went to the high priest. He was living in the temple, went to the high priest. He was just a kid. And the high priest kind of got annoyed with him and says, well, it's probably God. Go ask him what he wants. So he did, and they had a conversation. So if you're awakened in the middle of the night, you might want to say, what would you like me to know, God? And see what comes up. And for me, it was a very uncomfortable conversation because God was asking me about love and compassion. And I try to be loving and compassionate. That's kind of my purposefulness. I do that with intent. And so he was asking about, what about this person with that political view? And I was like, oh, I love them. I can have compassion for them in my life. And he said, that's wonderful. And he said, well, what about this one? And a totally different political view than this one. And the same answer, well, I can love them. And he said, why? And I said, because their political opinions are based on their come from and based on their understanding of the circumstances and situation. And whatever they're voting from their heart. They're voting from their willingness to be of service. They're not voting out of hatred. They're not holding that political viewpoint because they hate America and they want to undermine it. No. Even though they're both opposite ends of the extreme here, they both have the same intent of loving our country and wanting what's best for not only themselves, but for everyone else in our country. Then he brought up somebody with a totally different political view. Same thing. Yes, I can have compassion for them and I can care for them because I can see that whatever their political viewpoint, even though I don't hold that viewpoint, that they're coming from this place of kindness and love. And then he brought to me someone that intentionally hurt another person. And I thought, oh, I don't know. Because isn't that evil? Don't I need to reject that? And he said, look again. And as I looked again, he revealed to me what looked like this big, dark thorn within them. And it was obliterating their light. The light was still there, but this thorn of darkness was huge, and it was stabbed right in the middle of the light, cutting it out, cutting a lot of the brightness out. And he said, can you love that which is not tainted by the thorn? And I had to think, well, yeah, I can. So I don't have to like the thorn. I don't have to approve of the thorn. But I can have compassion for the person that's underneath the thorn. That's there enduring the thorn. And he said, that's wonderful. That's good. And then he brought me somebody who had done something even worse to another person. I thought, oh, I don't know. And it was back to the same thing. Can you see the thorn of darkness? And I said, yeah, I can. And can you see how it's stabbing into the light and there's not much light left? I said, yeah, I can. And I said, you know why this thorn is darker than the other one? You know, this one is bigger than the other one? And I said, no, I don't understand that. And what he said was this. That person received a wound when they were young, and they bought it. They bought it as a truth. They bought it as their own worthlessness. They bought it as their own identity. That whatever pain was inflicted on them, that was who they were, was less than, unworthy, ugly, hateful. And they're acting from that. They're not acting from the source of light that's there. They're acting from that source of the thorn of darkness. He said, can you have compassion for that? And I said, well, yes, I can. But I don't want to have anything to do with that person. He says, I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, can you have compassion for someone who has done someone wrong, has hurt someone intentionally? And I'm struggling with that. I'm still struggling with that. In theory, yeah, I can. But in reality, can I? I'm struggling with that. And then he said, let me help you. And he created, I'm going to cry, he created this beautiful crystalline bridge that bridged the gap. I don't have to walk across the bridge and visit that person and be in that person's life. But this crystalline bridge allowed me to connect in compassionately with that person, without judgment, without fear, without hatred for them. I could, in that way, in that moment, allow myself to connect with compassion, no matter what that other person had done. Blew me away, blew me away. It took my breath away, because here was this struggle, this gap, this painfulness. Pardon me, vitamins. Sorry. That his love could bridge the gap. It doesn't make me like that person. It doesn't make me like or condone what that person has done or might do again. But what it does is it allows me the freedom of not holding hate. Isn't there a lot of hatred in the world right now? Yeah, it's kind of distressing. But you know what Jesus said about take the log out of your own eye before you start trying to take the speck out of somebody else's eye? we think it's okay for us to be hate-filled because they deserve it. They're different than me, or they don't look like me, they don't talk like me, they don't act like me, they don't have the same political views as me, they don't have the same religious views as me, so therefore I have a right to hate. No. No. That's what this crystalline bridge is for. To bridge the gap where I can't get there by myself. I can't get there on my own. But this crystalline bridge can bridge the gap. Even to the most hateful thing that I would despise, but I can still bridge the gap with this crystalline bridge of compassion. And know that I can love the light that might still be a glimmer in there. I don't have to like the deeds. I don't have to like the reaction or action of that person. But I can allow this crystalline bridge of compassion to keep me from hatred. And how beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? When we fill our world full of hatred and hate the haters, we're no better. But when we can allow Divine Source to build this bridge, then I can be free of that. Whew, I don't have to hate. It gets to be a choice rather than a mandatory reaction. I don't have to prove, I don't have to seem to be their best buddy. I don't have to go there. But I don't have to harbor hate either. And that's the key. That's the blessing of this. So allow yourself in this moment, for this moment, to consider someone that maybe you don't like. Maybe the hate word is there. And in that moment, can you look for that thorn of darkness and see it? And then look beyond that thorn of darkness. There's light there. If that person is breathing, there's a spark of light. And if there's a spark of light, there's hope. And if there's hope, I can link into that with compassion. And maybe that's all I can do. But how beautiful to be able to release the hatred. So do that. Consider somebody you dislike. Notice the thorn of darkness. You don't have to judge that anymore. Because you know what? We've all got one. Because we're not perfect. We may be journeying on this ascension path, and we may be further along on the path than somebody else, but we're not perfect. There's still little thorns of darkness in our own soul. And if I can't remove that from myself, then I have no business judging somebody else if they have a big, huge thorn. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it got there. It's none of my business. But I can't judge it. It's not my job to do that. I am required to have discernment to discern good and evil. And with that discernment, know what I can and cannot participate in. That's discernment. But to harbor hatred is a form of judgment that is a luxury I cannot afford. There's a serious cost to that, to my soul. Weighs me down. So as you're perceiving this person that maybe you dislike, let Divine Source now build a crystalline bridge. You don't have to cross it, and you don't have to go be their best buddy, but you can let this bridge the gap. And let this bridge anchor you in love. They can't come get you across the bridge because only love can journey across this bridge. So only love can go and only love can come back. So build that sacred, beautiful crystalline bridge. Allow it to be built by Divine Source and visualize that. Use your words to help that visualization. I hereby allow. a crystalline bridge of compassion to be built between me and this other person. And allow that crystalline bridge to be built, knowing that the only thing that can transpire across that bridge is compassion only. And if there's not compassion headed your way, it won't even get on the bridge. It can't. So you're safe and you're free. And what a beautiful gift that is. Now you can apply that same thing. I can apply that same thing to a concept that I disagree with. Maybe I totally disagree with that political party. That's okay. Let me build a bridge there. Bridge of compassion. Because even though I disagree with them, I know the motivation there is out of kindness. They want to do the right thing for the country. It just doesn't look the same way as I think it should look like. But if I allow myself to open up to divine source, building this bridge, then I can allow them their journey. And I don't have to hate. I don't have to hate. I don't have to agree. I don't have to like. But I don't have to hate. And how beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? So I'd like to take you on a guided meditation. Believe it or not, it's not to a bridge. We're not building a bridge in our meditation today. But what I'd like to share with you is a journey to some clarity and to absorb some energy that will really bless you. Sound like a good idea? I think so. So if your bridges are built, connections are made through compassion from divine source. You don't have to create it. You can just, your part is to allow with your willingness. So with those made, let's take a little walk in our imagination, shall we? Now where I'd like us to go today is a sacred cave in a cove by the ocean. So can you find yourself, can you create for yourself in your imagination a beautiful cove? So there's rocks around you, and then this beautiful beach, and the beautiful surf, just gentle waves coming in. Maybe the water's azure blue, the sand is pristine and beautiful. The day is beautiful. Maybe you can feel the sunlight on your face. Maybe there's a gentle breeze. Maybe it's warm, moist breeze. Feels wonderful. Can you smell the salt air? Can you just be with that? And maybe you have a sense of kicking your shoes off and just walking in the surf, just right in where the waves touch the water, or the water touches the earth. How beautiful is that? And you know how that feels. Hopefully you've had your feet in the surf before, and where the water will wash up, and then pull out from underneath your feet. Some of the sand feels like it's being pulled out from underneath your feet. In that process of allowing the water to wash up and pull away, you can allow this water to represent love and light. And as it pulls away, allow it to pull away from you any doubt, any fear, any sorrow, regret, bitterness, pain, suffering, and hate. Let that wash up and pull that away from you. And your task is to enjoy the beautiful day and allow. And you can do that. So enjoy this beautiful day and allow this water to wash up over your feet and pull those energies away you no longer wish to carry with you. No need to carry with you. You're safe without them. And now at the edge of our cove, right as the rock touches the beach, touches the surf, you'll see there's a cave. And let's take a walk into the cave. And it feels wonderful in here. But it's kind of dark. And as you step inside this cave, you would like to see what's going on in here. And so as you do, you light a fire. There's a fire pit right there. So all you have to do is throw a match in that, pretend match in that in your imagination, and that fire ignites. And this whole cave is lit. And as you're looking at this cave, you notice that there's moss covering the rocks here, and there's algae growing, and maybe some other crud stuff. And you would like that clear. It would be nice to have that cleared because you feel like there's something more here that's here for you to see. So as you're looking around, you notice that there is a marking on the wall. And this marking or this carving is one of 4 things. And see what comes up for you. See what you see. If you don't see anything, you can choose something. Either way ignites or activates your intuition, your symbolic language that is a source of communication between you and divine source, divine spirit. So notice what you see. I'm going to mention 4 things. Is the first thing you see is the carving on the wall of the cave. Is it a handprint? Is it a face? Is it a carving of a face? Maybe it's a happy face. Maybe it's something a little more ancient than that. Is it a mermaid or merman? Or is it some other symbol that you may not recognize? You may not know the interpretation of that. So maybe it's lines and circles and curves and arches. Who knows? Or a combination thereof of symbols. Just know that whatever is there may have significance for you. So which do you choose or which do you see? A handprint, a face, a mermaid, or a symbol? And notice or choose at this point in time. And as soon as you do, now touch that. Whatever it is that you do in your mind's eye and your visualization, see yourself putting your hand on that symbol. And as you do, a flood of light flows through this cave. It's like a wave coming in from the ocean or coming from the depths of the cave. Either way, whatever feels right to you. And let this wave of light come in and wash through the cave, the whole cave system. And as the light then recedes, what's left is this beautiful crystalline cave. There's crystals everywhere. Crystals on the wall, crystals on the floor or the ground, the floor of the cave. And you can wander around through here and you feel the energy. It's intense. And you can walk a little further into the back of the cave, and you see that this cave has tunnels or passageways. And the passageways lead to different cave rooms. One is a room that's just filled with amethyst. Go in that room and step into that for just a moment and feel this beautiful purple energy. And then you go to the next cave. Take a look at that one. This one is filled with citrine. So it's kind of this yellow, ambery color, and it feels vibrant. It feels very different than the purple room, the amethyst cave room. But see how this cavern feels. Does that feel right to you? Does that feel like the energy that you need right now? And then go into another branch of the cave, and this one is clear quartz. And allow yourself to stand in the energy of that for a moment. And just feel that energy. See how that feels for you. Doesn't that feel lovely? And then we're going to take one more journey into one more cave. And this cave is a combination of all of the others together. Step into that. See if that feels right to you. Because maybe that's the cave that you're going to do the next part of the process with. Maybe that feels a little too chaotic for you. Maybe you prefer the cave of amethyst. Maybe you prefer the cave of citrine. And maybe you prefer the crystal clear quartz cave or this multiple crystal cave. Choose now which one you want. Choose which one feels right to you. And go back into that cave. And really notice the crystalline structures here. And as you're noticing those crystalline structures, allow, again, this beautiful wave of light is going to wash through and will ignite all of the crystals and set them ablaze as far as refracting light. So you'll be bathed in this beautiful light energy, whether you're bathed in the amethyst, purple light, or this yellow citrine light, or the clear color, clear light, or the cave that has all of those aspects, all of them emanating light. Whichever cave feels right to you is the one that's right for you and has deep spiritual significance for you. So find that cave, and we're going to let this light, this wave of light, wash in 3 more times. So standing in your cave, allowing yourself to be, noticing how it feels, and then let this wave of light wash through and brighten everything and intensify that energy field. And just be a part of that. Just receive. And as that light recedes, a new wave of light washes through and ignites the crystals within your cave, bringing brightness and clarity and energizing you and the crystals as well. And as that light fades and washes away, another light washes in and ignites you and ignites the crystals within this room. And you get to feel the resonance of whatever crystalline structures are here. They're feeding you, feeding your energy, feeding your cells, feeding your awareness with this vibrational energy. And allow yourself to receive that. And as that light fades now, look at on the bottom of the cave, the floor of the cave that you're standing in. And there's a symbolic object there for you. Perhaps it's a shell, or perhaps it's a crystal from the cave that you're here, or perhaps it's some other symbolic object. Pick that up and receive that with gratitude. That is your blessing. That will help you on your journey. That may have spiritual significance for you. And now allow yourself to walk out of that specific cave back into the main cave. Notice and appreciate how beautiful that feels now that it's clear. And recognize that this is symbolic of how clear you can feel. And that when you allow, when I allow, the light of love to wash through and over and around us, that we can let go of all the scum and muck and things that are in our world and be clear in our path, in our journey, in our ascension journey. And now very gently just extinguish the fire that's being built here. Extinguish that with your acknowledgement. It just quietly goes away. It's all safe. And you might want to touch whatever symbol was on the wall. Touch it again, acknowledging that you've been here with deep gratitude and deep appreciation. And with that gratitude and appreciation, allow yourself to step back out onto the beach, feeling the warmth of the sun, the beauty of the day, and know that you can access this wave of light and the replenishing energy that you have been gifted with. Doesn't that feel delightful? And now allow yourself to find your way back into the here and now, into this time and space, back into your body, your awareness clear, your awareness bright, reconnected, and revitalized and recharged. So, Mr. Phil, if you would join me for communion, and then I'll share with you the interpretations, if that's right with you. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Ooh.
Fresh. I opened this morning,
Ooh.
so they'll be crispy and not dried out. So communion is an honorarium sort of thing. I'm not even talking my words this morning. To honor Jesus, who was on his ascension path and opened the gateway for us so that we can find our way through all of the life troubles and traumas. He made his choices not out of ego, not out of anger, not out of hatred, but out of love and compassion. He did everything right, from a right state of being. And he gave us this beautiful, perfect example so that we can do better today than we did yesterday. And we can acknowledge ourself on our journey, that we're growing and we're improving. And we can be grateful for that. So join us in prayer if you would, please. Loving Spirit of Light, as we take this in, strengthen us on our spiritual journey. Help us to be aware of the truth of who we are, love and light. Help us to shine. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I should have a nice picture of our ceiling.
I know. We'll fix that for next time.
I'll see if I can do it simply here in a minute.
Okay.
I think I know what happened. Oh, Janny happened.
Of course. What can I say? I am a force of nature. What can I say?
Or indeed. Go ahead.
So, this symbolizes the sacrifice that was made for us. But it doesn't have to symbolize the agony and suffering and pain and hatred and all of that went along with it. This is the lifeblood of truth. So join us in prayer, please. Loving Spirit, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it. The good stuff, the bad stuff, the fun stuff, the difficult stuff. Help us to drink it in.
Crappy stuff.
The crappy stuff. Help us to drink it in knowing that you're with us in everything. Help us to feel your connection. Walk with us in all things. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
And so it is.
Let me see if I can do this real simply.
Okay.
It has slipped off.
Hold on.
Yep, sorry.
Oh, here we go.
Ta-da!
Magical Phil. That's why we have him around.
Yeah, no, it's called precarious stability.
Maybe someday you can build us a little thing that would work just fine here. But
Yeah,
whatever. Okay, so
So,
oh,
our
yes,
little
I
note,
forgot.
and fortunately Beth is, I mean, look at this. She's already put some information
Oh,
up there.
goodness.
I mean, bless her heart. We still have a building. We will be back sometime.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah,
And COVID
probably
don't
we're thinking, probably
resurge.
like we've said before, probably phase 3. But we don't know for sure yet. We're at phase 2 now, and that's no different than when we were before at 1.5. So we'll get there.
We'll get there. Hang in there. And once we do go back to services at the building, we're still going to do live. So
Well, we've done live for probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. We're on YouTube. We've got hundreds of videos on YouTube, but they're different, much different than this. So our service has changed somewhat, especially with no music. So we'll have to figure out how to do this and do the service at the same time. So stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Hi, Kelsey.
So,
I'm out of here.
yeah. Do you think you could find on YouTube Love Can Build a Bridge?
Probably. Why?
And then put a link in the comments?
I have no idea how to do that.
So,
It's
Based on our-
probably on our Divine Fellowship YouTube channel.
no,
Oh no, that
No.
wouldn't be available, would
no.
it? Well, just find Love Can Build a Bridge.
Love can build a bridge.
It's a cool song.
And I think that, listen to that and let that speak to your heart and know that as you're listening to that, so is everybody else. And that'll help us build a bridge to connect to one another as well.
It's a cool song.
Because love can build a bridge.
Cool song.
It does. All right. So, let me give you some symbolism, and then I'll check in with you and see if you have any questions or specific symbols you'd like to have help with. Okay. So, if at the entrance of the cave you had a handprint that was carved in the wall, excuse me, whatever symbol you got, this is how to step up into your own life right here, right now, so that you can be a blessing for yourself and a blessing for others. Because right now some of us are frozen in trauma and frozen in, gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. So here's the next thing that you can do for yourself, or how to be, that will help you be a blessing to yourself and a blessing to others. If you received the handprint, if you saw the either the outline or the marking of a handprint, whatever you do, whatever you choose to do it with a heart of compassion and kindness. And if you don't have a heart of compassion and kindness, don't do it. Just don't. At least not yet. Take a few breaths. Find that heart of compassion. And if the heart of compassion inspires you to move forward in something, then do it. So if your heart is not in it, don't do it. Now, we all have tasks that we laundry needs to be done, toilets need to be cleaned, meals need to be made, all of that sort of thing. And sometimes those aren't really fun. But if you can choose to do those with this heart of compassion and kindness, then all of a sudden they step out of the world of drudgery and that hate, because we can hate those old tasks because they're boring and not fun. We can move out of that and put it in a different perspective, and that blesses us. And then whatever we choose to do then is energized with that energy. And whatever we put that energy into feeds back to us 100-fold. It really works. It really is powerful. So if the handprint was there, then maybe you're doing stuff that you really don't have your heart in. So either get your heart engaged or don't do it. Make sense? All right. If the face was carved into the cave wall, this is asking you to notice your world with a perspective of compassion and gratitude. And this allows your face then to reflect that. Because people pick up your energy. Even if you have a mask on, people still see your eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. And if you're connected into that compassion and gratitude, whoever you look at when your eyes meet, then that compassion is transmitted. That kindness is transmitted. That gratitude is transmitted. And it changes the world. It makes us all feel better. So if you have a face, this is asking you to notice. Notice your world with new eyes, with the eyes of compassion and gratitude. And then transmit that to anyone that you meet, even yourself in the mirror. Compassion and gratitude. Make sense? If you're marking on the wall, or whatever side of the wall it was a mermaid, this is asking you to navigate the troubled waters with ease and grace, knowing that love is the key. So you can move effortlessly. You're not stuck, you're not bound, you're not restricted. Everything is a choice, and you can choose to move through life with grace and ease. So if the mermaid is here, ease up. Ease up on your world. Make sense? And if you had a symbol, maybe it was lines or markings or whatever, and you couldn't really tell what that was, this is asking you to discern the truth and then take action from your heart of hearts. A clear intent based on that discerned truth. So pay attention. Discern what's right for you. If you can to look up that symbol, that may have more information for you as well. So if you have a specific symbol that you did recognize that it was something, but it wasn't one of the other ones that I mentioned, type it into Phil, send it off, and will communicate via the intercom, and I can hopefully help you translate what that means, interpret what that means. So then we went into the cave. Whichever cave you went into, whichever colors or energies that you received has for you. So if you went into the amethyst cave and that felt right for you and that's where you went back and really experienced that amethyst color, this amethyst is about divine connection. This amethyst is about that spirituality, amplifying your spiritual nature. So hopefully you could feel that as you were standing in that amethyst field of energy, that amethyst crystalline energy, and felt that the waves of light as it came in and illuminated the room. That's going to illuminate and brighten your spiritual journey, brighten your spiritual awareness on your journey. So this is amplifying your expanded awareness so that you can perceive more to life than just the drudgery and the life experience itself. How cool is that? Now, if you went into the citrine room or the citrine cavern, citrine is all about abundance. So this allows you to not only perceive the abundance that you have, because sometimes when we are hit with challenges, it's easy to notice the challenges and not notice the blessings, not notice what's already here. So this will allow you to not only notice what's already here, but will bring to you more of what is necessary for your growth, your development right now. So in other words, if finances are a difficulty for you, this will grant you the ability to perceive the blessings that are in your world and will allow more blessings to flow. Because what it does is it clarifies for you or blesses you in a way that you'll see and participate in opportunities. Opportunities will come, opportunities for, well, you know, I don't really have to have that because I'm so blessed. I don't need to buy more stuff to make me feel, it's not going to be an external thing that makes me feel better. And now I have more because I haven't spent it all. Or more opportunities for abundance or raise or improvement or a better job or whatever will come your way. If you went into the clear quartz room, this energy clarifies your goals, clarifies your purpose, clarifies your whole being. So if you're needing some physical healing, this beautiful clear quartz allows for the resonance of clarity. So it clears away the debris, clears away all the discomfort, and can clear away things that are hindering you, not only from your goals but from healing. So this is very clearing and blessing and opening of the awareness again, but this is in a different way. This one is in clarity, so that you're not cluttered by past experiences, or cluttered by other people's opinions, or cluttered by your own self-doubt. We all have that now and then, don't we? And if you went into the crystalline room, that cavern that had all of those crystals, then you get to experience all of those energies. Does that make sense? How beautiful is that? So you can have the spiritual awakening, the spiritual expanded awareness. You can have the abundance and gratitude, and you can have the clarity of clarifying your purpose and your intent and clearing your body. How does that feel? That feels pretty good. So if you had whatever gift you were given, whatever gift you found, a symbolic object that you found on the floor, This is symbolizes to you a tool to help you in whatever you're doing right here, right now, how to take the next step. So if you have any questions about whatever you received, text him into Phil, and he will jingle me on the intercom, and I'll communicate to you what that might mean. So any questions, you can let me know. Anything coming through, Mr. Phil? There's a little notes at the bottom of the screen. Sometimes I glance down there. I can hardly read that. Say what?
Yes.
So is there any questions about symbolism that anybody received?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Let me have it.
Let me go back and see where.
La, 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 la.
What? I just saw it. Okay, well, I have to. Okay. Marlena, her symbol was an ancient coin with an arrow through it.
Okay, hold on to that. Let me ask about that one. Ancient coin with an arrow through it. Okay, so the arrow symbolizes, which I wish I knew which direction the arrow was going.
The item I was given as I left was an eagle in flight. I don't know if that helps.
Okay, so well, let's do that first. An eagle in flight has to do with seeing things clearly. Eagles represent great spirit, the spiritual perspective, and they can see tiny little things moving way on the ground, and they're way up in the sky. So this is granting you that higher perception, that higher perspective of divine awareness. I would be interested to know what color room you went into along with that. But as I don't know that, the symbol of the coin with the arrow through it, this is letting you know you'll be guided in the direction of your abundance. So trust that that's going to be taken care of for you. Trust that you'll be guided. Because the arrow is the arrow of truth, and it's going to point you in the right direction. So know that whatever comes your way, you're going to be led in the direction that is important for you, and you'll be able to have this spiritual perspective. Okay? What else?
Joe was saying a handprint amethyst and a shiny fish scale was the gift for me.
Okay, so the handprint is doing whatever you're going to do it with love, with that loving intent, that compassionate intent, and knowing that there's power in that. There's great power in that. And then she went into the amethyst room.
Yeah.
So again, spiritual awareness is coming for you so that you can bring spiritual awareness into whatever you do. See how the symbolisms are linked here? And the shiny fish scale. So the shiny fish scale is about, even though it's a scale, it's a scale. So scales are all about balance, even though it's attached to a fish or had been attached to a fish. And the shiny is about reflecting, having the ability to reflect from the spiritual perspective so that whatever you do, you can bring compassion, your compassionate heart into it. You're a very compassionate person. This will be easy for you to do. So the scales allow you to balance that balance what you do for others with what you do for yourself, and bringing that spiritual awareness into all of it. Okay, what else?
Since we're low on time, I'm picking and choosing. Jenny had a mermaid, a clear crystal cave, and a rainbow.
Okay, so the mermaid is navigating troubled waters with ease and grace, knowing love is the key. So I know you're experiencing troubled waters with work. You're going to be looking for a new career or new workplace. Know that you can navigate that effortlessly. You know, it's a challenge. It's not fun necessarily, but you can navigate that with ease. So ease up on yourself and allow yourself to do that with grace and ease. And the rainbow that you received is just everything that you need is going to be gifted to you. So notice what is in your heart. What color did she have? Which cave?
Just a clear crystal cave.
Oh, clear. So you be clear. Be clear with your intent. And then whatever your intent is about, then that is going to be gifted to you. All of your blessings will be granted for you. So your clear intent is really key. So let me say that a different way. Write down everything that you want in a job, and I use the word want. I'm going to change that. I don't like the word want. Everything that you desire, everything you'd like to have in your job, write that down. And then write down everything you absolutely would reject. So that's a require and a desire and a reject. You're going to have 3 lists. So one is require. What do you require in a new job? What do you absolutely reject? And then what would be gravy? It would be really gravy if I got more money. It would be really gravy if I lived in this area. It would be really gravy if this happened too. And so require, desire, and reject. Write your 3 lists. And with that clarity, that will grant you the ability to move forward because you'll know what to choose. And it also grants spirit clarity and being able to bring that to you. So as you resonate with that clarity, then the universe can bring that to you. I'm hoping I'm making sense here. If you have any other questions, you can ask me later. Okay, what else? Anything else?
Allie said a long one, but we'll end with this one.
Okay.
She said she sat in a crystal cave of both clear quartz and watermelon tourmaline.
Okay.
Received a large golden figurine of a raven in flight,
Okay.
and the symbol on the wall was a sun.
Okay, so brighter days are coming for you. This is allowing you to have new awareness, brighter perspective on things. Though clear quartz is about clarifying your intent, clarifying what you want from the world. Maybe you need the same 3 lists: require, desire, and reject. And the watermelon tourmaline, let me ask on that. Oh, okay, so this is asking you to perceive and asking you to be willing to allow the beauty of life to penetrate your being. It's so easy to judge ourselves or notice what we're not doing well or what we're not doing right. And this is asking you to really touch base with the sweetness of life and allow that to penetrate into the core of your being and resonate with that. Life is sweet, life is beautiful, and when you come from and that perspective, then that's going to help you clarify your goals, your intents, your hopes, and your dreams. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. And I guess that's all. There's probably more.
There's quite a few more.
Okay, so I guess I'll be working this afternoon. Just go ahead and type them in after I get off, close the live down. Then I'll get back online and I will answer and respond to you individually. Okay? Sound good? That's fast. Are you sure? Oh my gosh, where'd time go?
I came in just now, and as the dog with these huge legs was stretching all 4 of them, and I mean, they're like this far off of the couch. It's like
Yeah, she's
dog on
legs.
stilts.
Dog on stilts. Yep, she is. Energy circle. So we can't do a circle, so we're just going to, do the energy circuit from our heart space.
Mm-hmm.
So you're connected to divine source. Bring it into your heart space. Bring the awareness of that divine connection into your heart space. Let that go out your left arm, down into your left palm. There's an energy portal here. Send the energy from this palm into this palm. Back up your arm and into your heart space, and that seals the circuit. That closes the circuit. Then you can begin to feel the energy flow between your hands and around in that circuit. And as that energy builds now, you can hold someone in your awareness that could use comfort or encouragement or prayers, healing, whatever. If you know someone that's hurting right now, you can be mindful of them and they'll share in this energy. This energy is not limited to time or space. So just be aware of them, hold them in your awareness just for a moment, and let them share in this energy. Now you might want to take a deep breath in and exhale to release them. If you need to, you can dust off your hands, clear that out, bringing fresh, bright energy in from Divine Source. Left hand, right hand, back to your heart space, letting that circuit flow again, and you'll feel this ball of energy building. And you can let this ball of energy build, get pretty good size there. You can feel it in your hands. And then you can bring it into your heart space, and this will motivate, this will encourage, this will strengthen you personally for the days to come. And may your life be a prayer.
And then out into the community.
And then out into the community. May the source be with you. God bless.
Have a great day.